Now, parents of a 3-month-old born baby without arms in the northern region say they are under pressure from family and community members to kill their child because she is physically challenged. Children born with deformities in the community where they reside in Kabumuli are considered bad luck and evil spirit. But parents of the baby named Mauko, loosely translated as only God, are determined not to conform to the age-old belief and practice. Maxola Baba traveled there and has the rest of the story.
I am on a motorbike heading to Kabumuli, a community about 3.5 hours drive from Tamale. Persons who work in the child protection space have alerted me to an age-old belief where physically challenged babies are seen as evil spirits. Here, I meet residents who tell me some children who are victims of the practice leave the hospital very healthy but die later under very mysterious circumstances. The Northern Region Police has no record of these alleged killings, but residents say it is usually done on the blind side of law enforcement officers and people who will possibly raise an alarm. I'm now at the residence of the 3-month-old baby born without arms in Kabumuli. She cries as her mother tries to lull her to sleep. Father of the baby, Ananias Kweku Viagbedo, says he's under pressure to do away with his baby because she's physically challenged.
My friends and loved ones do not want to get closer to me now. I have also decided not to allow outsiders get access to the baby, so they will not attribute any misfortune in the community to my child. I have had misunderstandings and quarrels with my in-laws. My in-law says my child will die if she enters her house, because that's the belief that such children should not enter her house. That is the belief and practice here. When my child was born, the midwives advised me not to harm him. They told me children are delivered at the hospital, but anytime they check up on them later, they are told they are dead. They killed them, many of them. We hear it all the time.
He says he will not bow to the custom and beliefs of his community. Mother of the baby, Mary Nyong, says there's pressure on her to get rid of baby Mauko.
They want to kill my child because they say she's not human. I know she's human and she'll be great in future.
I've now met Solomon Atta, his secretary to the chief of Kabumuli. He says it is the belief of the community that physically challenged children are evil spirits. He cites an instance where a physically challenged 1-week-old baby was killed.
Children who are born disabled, at times we do away with them because we see they are not fit into the society. Even in school self, I don't think that we allow them to go to school. We believe that they have evil spirits, or maybe it is sort of witchcraft. The witches are hunting them. Or maybe the person is born a witch. So such a person, we don't want him in the society. I think some years, one happened. A small child was born about a week. The child started eating. So the parents have to do away with the child.
Wait, because the child started
eating food.
1 week.
1 week.
It's not good?
It's not good. It's not good. It's not
Why?
Good. It is not practice. In fact, it is inhuman. A child, 1 week, then the child started eating there. I don't think it is normal. Fufu, they left over. The mother saw the child eating. So they have to do away with the child.
So the child was killed?
The child was killed.
Solomon Atta agreed to take me to the chief priest of Kabumuli, an old man whose name loosely translates as death is better than trouble. He confirms the assertion by the secretary to the chief, as he says physically challenged children are not fit to live amongst humans.
It is all part of our belief. They are all from God, but not all of them are from Him. Some of the children do not look like humans. When there are deformities in the leg and other parts of their body, we discard them.
What you say? Yeah. You also need to know more internet.
Okay.
Because you now ububia in smano. You can say you free.
We do not live with them because they do not look like humans.
Okay, so the hospital, where's
Godfred Golden Vovrego is the Mandai district pastor of the Seventh-day Adventist Church. He's one of the people pushing for change in the community.
Honestly speaking, it has been a big problem in the community. The most painful thing is the innocent child and the family, the parents, the way they have been stigmatized in the community. In fact, my brother has gone through a serious, let me say, stigmatization.
As pressure to get rid of 3-month-old Mauko grows, her mother and father say they are optimistic she'll become a shining light for her community and a story will change the age.
Maxwell Agbapa with that report. Let's get on Zoom and speak to the country director, David Poalua, who is joining me right now. His organization, AfriKids, has worked in this space for a very long time. David, thank you for your time. You've been speaking against spirit child killing since 2013. Are you surprised that the practice still persists in some parts of northern Ghana?
Not necessarily. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Honestly, I'm not surprised that the practice is still ongoing because we have been saying that the spiritual phenomena is a national issue or almost a sub-regional issue. And even in communities that we have been working, we have been intervening for the past 10 or so years, you sometimes still come across instances when parents and other family members are making efforts to kill children. So I'm definitely not surprised at all.
Why do you think we're still here? You talk about communities in which you have worked for 10 years and there's still the problem persisting. Why do you think this is?
Well, the concept of the spiritual phenomena has its roots stuck in the sociocultural practices of our people. These are long-held beliefs that children who are born with certain deformities or children that were born during times that people struggle maybe to explain certain circumstances, they blame the child and go ahead to kill those children. In fact, they blame the innocent child even if rain doesn't fall properly and it coincides with the birth of a child. People can associate that simple phenomenon of drought or climate change, associating the cause of it to the birth of a child as the carrier of the bad luck, because he's a stranger within the community and they believe that he is the latest and it is the latest person who has brought to them that bad luck. So that is why it's still quite difficult, even with the years of engagement and education, we still find instances that people take these decisions. That aside is the issue of the economic situation. The fact is that in most of these communities, we are literally, the people are literally farmers. And so they live by gathering and undertaking certain physical activities. So when they see a child who they think will struggle to participate in their economic life, then they try to find solutions to some of this by killing the children. Also, the lack of the access to healthcare. It's not everyone that will have the opportunity to be able to take a child with a deformity to a tertiary hospital or to a health facility where they can find solutions. And because of all these reasons, people try to cope with the situation by taking the very bad route by killing these children.
I mean, I can hardly imagine anybody looking at a child like the one we're showing on TV right now and killing them. As I said, it's very difficult for me to look at this baby because it feels to me as though this baby is suffering. What do you think we can do in terms of solving this problem? What is the solution to this age-old barbaric practice? It's just really hard.
Well, I think that we can look at this issue from different dimensions. First and foremost, the immediate dimension is to rescue this child and give her assistance and support so that she can grow and to live like any of us are living today. And I know this will come as a huge relief to the family. You can see that the mother still loves her baby, irrespective of the fact that she's not having the full length of her arms.
Yeah.
And so the family obviously will be to come to them as a relief. So first and foremost, the solution to this will be for us to activate our referral systems. There is the Orthopedic Center in Sawam is a partner to Africates. We've worked closely. In fact, we've handled cases that are even more severe than this. And we have examples to show of children who were born without limbs, and with support of the orthopedic team, specifically from the Isawang Government Hospital, such children today are living and thriving in their communities. This case can easily be supported with them. And so if there are ways that we could collaborate, I think that we can help escalate this case to the right specialists who will be able to give the necessary support and train the family on how to support this child to grow. And as the child ages, there are times that the team might make visits or will invite them to come, and then they'll have to replace the artificial limbs. So it's not too difficult a thing to deal with in our current jurisdiction. There are institutions, there are individuals who can solve this case. The bigger picture is what we should also focus on, because I heard from the interview that people are speaking openly about the fact that they have been killing children because they were born with disabilities. I mean, this for me, I honestly cannot describe the extent of impunity that we are talking about. No one has, I mean, the right of the child you have no reason to take the life of a child for no reason. And so to find people openly speak to camera and to say that when children are born in their community and they have deformities, they kill them, I think it means that we have a bigger problem on our hands. And we can look at this maybe in the medium to long term by engaging them. Like I indicated, we have engaged even communities where this practice was so pronounced. And today we can boast that people are more receptive to cases like this, and they are very supportive. And we have demonstrable evidence that if a child has a deformity, that child can never be a bad luck to the community. In some instances, these children have come up and they've become a blessing rather to the community so these guys are just demonstrating their ignorance. So and David, I think that Africans will want to work with other partners to take this up, maybe the District Assembly, Social Welfare Department, and these communities, to begin a process of engaging the community and to work with them to change this attitude of theirs, which is leading to the killing of innocent children. This is extremely barbaric, and I'm so sad to hear in this in today's Ghana that people are still killing children just because they are born with deformities.
David, I was just going to suggest that perhaps you can bring some of these children that your organization has rescued to neighborhoods like this and let them tell their stories, or people who used to believe as these people do now, to be able to convince them that this is not the way to go, because arresting them might just, create a different problem that we'll have to deal with straightforward. David, thank you very much for your time, and I'm very gladdened to hear that you are happy to help engage the Nsawam Hospital so they will be able to help people like this baby that we saw without limbs. That sounds very comforting to me. Thank you. David Palua is the country director for AfriKids there. Hopefully we'll get some help for this girl and others who are just like her.